Gusto niyo ba magtayo ng restaurant? Alam ko marami sa inyo yan yung pangarap eh. So for today's episode, we have a very successful restaurateur, si David Season, who is the CEO ng food group ng Mama Luz. Yung Mama Luz, sobrang sarap na Italian yan. Di ba, Ray? Kumakain tayo dyan ng mga ano eh, mga ano yun, aglio olio ba yun? Basta pasta na
Yeah.
masarap. Tas pizza, sobrang panalo yung food nila. So make sure to listen to us today. Pag-usapan natin together with David, ano ba yung mga kailangan ninyong malaman kung gusto niyo maging isang successful restaurateur. Malaman din natin ano ba yung mga challenges. But before we get to that, guys, make sure to check out also our newest brand, Sigma Cooling Wipes. So kung gusto niyo instantly ma-refresh, lumamig yung pakiramdam ninyo, sabihin natin, stressed kayo or nainitan lang kayo or galing lang kayo sa isang physical activity, kung ano man yung physical activity na yon, at kailangan nyo lang magpalamig, available to right now, 49 pesos lang, only for the next week. So, para siyang soft launch promo, makakabili na kayo right now sa TikTok Shop tsaka sa Shopee. Make sure to check it out, Sigma Cooling Wipes. And with that out of the way, let's talk with David. Okay, so David, from a humble home kitchen to a thesis, tama ba itong nababasa ko? And now a thriving business. Can you tell us behind ano ba yung beginnings ng Mama Luz and how did it evolve into the group that it is today?
Oh, well,
Hindi ako makaget over sa thesis, sorry. Pero sige, go
Sorry,
ahead.
well, Mama Luz, it was really started by my in-laws.
I have to say,
Richard and
you're
Malu.
very brave.
Richard and Malu.
Sige, go ahead.
Back in 2010. Pero even before that, may restaurant na sila.
Ah,
Meron na silang European restaurant in BF Homes. Tapos, as they started 2001, and Mama Luz was born 2010. Ano yan, parang they had to close that original restaurant. And ako naman, I was dating my wife, si Crystal, then, and I would pick her up in that restaurant. So, tapos first experience ko sa restaurant na yon was when parang first pasta experience ko na hindi kasi ako sanay sa sa pasta na lang olive oil lang eh. So this was back in 2007. I think late 2006 early 2007. Tinatry niya ako ng spaghetti seafood olio. It's a pasta that's just seafood, garlic, olive oil, white wine. And it was yun yung pala yung al dente. So that was my first experience with an al dente pasta.
Yeah, kasi most Filipinos, I think, sanay sa tomato-based
Correct.
pasta, di ba? Parang spaghetti,
Oo.
bolognese, yung mga ganun. Spaghetti ng Jollibee.
Ako, bolognese,
Matamis.
Jollibee, yung medyo matamis. Yun naman, it was just olive oil.
Yeah.
But it was so flavorful na parang wow. So I kept on going back, visiting her and ordering that.
Pero naisip siya, ako pa yung misis mo, ako pa binabalikan ng lalaki ito, yung pagkain, di ba?
Pero then after so when business, I think 2008 2009, business wasn't doing good.
Because
They decided to it was a crisis. They decided to transfer the business in their old house. Si Malu, my mother-in-law.
kaya siya Mama Luz.
Kaya siya Mama Luz. Tapos si Crystal was the first restaurant manager. I told her she was working in an IT company then.
Wow, sabay.
Sabay. Pero ano pa siya noon? Parang she was doing this part-time pa. The one that was managing it was really the mom, the dad. Tapos she was there to help after work, after school. Tapos I told her, because the food is really good. I mean, by far, that was the best pasta that I have tasted. The pizza was like a thin crust. It was thin crust, pre-cooked pizza. That was also good because
Which
it was
we really
light.
like, by the way.
It was light.
Shoutout ko lang yung may Mama Luz dito sa Promenade. Lagi kami nandun. Sobrang sarap. Anyway, go ahead.
So sabi ko, sayang yung potential kasi the food is really good. We just need to put in the systems to make it consistent. And sabi ko, mag full-time ka na. So she,
Wow.
so
How old were you then?
2007, I was 21, 22.
21, 22?
I think 22, yeah.
Wow.
22. He was 21.
Grabe
So, tama ba? Yeah, that was 2007 eh. 2007.
Yeah.
So yun, Mama Luz was born. She was the first restaurant manager. Ako naman, I was working in GMA. I think at that time, I decided to take up my master's and help her out. Parang ako, bata pa lang ako, gusto ko na talaga magnegosyo. And yung mga negosyo na napapasok ko, kasi my dad's negosyante yung dad ko, may mga pinapasok ko negosyo. I've dabbled in internet cafes, small eateries in school. Lahat lang parang lahat ng experience kasi humihiram ako ng pera sa dad ko pero hindi ko nababayaran. parang ganun yung story ko. So,
Nakaka-relate ako. Pero quickly lang, would you say na yung gusto mong magnegosyo or yung appetite mo for business was something born out of how you were raised by your parents?
I would say yes. I think because lagi ko nakikita yung dad ko, alam mo yun, nung bata ka, parang every time you sign something in school, they would ask you what's
Ano yung trabaho ng dad mo?
Oo.
Businessman.
And I would write businessman. Parang ganun. So I guess yun yung yun yung tumatak sa
Paulit-ulit
akin.
na tatatak sa brain mo.
Parang pag okay, I wanna be, sige, businessman na rin, parang gano'n. So that was really the...
And which is why one of the reasons why we do this show and why we feature entrepreneurs like you, kasi feeling namin, if for you to, kunyari, break yung chain of people just being employed paulit-ulit, someone in the family has to start becoming an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Pag kunyari may isang anak na isang pamilya na lagi na lang sabihin natin getting employed, tapos may isang naging negosyante, ang mangyari dyan, yung next children niya, yung next generation,
Correct.
will be a next generation of entrepreneurs. So anyway, sorry, going back to your story.
So, yun, I think when she was full-time, I was taking up my master's, and I was helping her out more in the support until I think we've created a bit of a system because the challenge, well, 2010 when we opened Mama Lu's in that house, it was, naging patok siya. We had the new government, change in government, 2010, Pinoy's time. I think there was a rise in Facebook, Twitter,
Ngayon yung
Instagram.
panahon ng social media was starting to surge.
Instagram was born 2011, and then people started going out, and so there was a rise in casual dining.
Yeah.
And we were lucky enough to be part of that trend, and we were lucky enough to really, know who we are, what we want, and what we were
Kumbaga
serving.
malinaw na kung sino yung identity niya.
Correct. And it was the house that was turned into a restaurant.
Grabe.
And we got our big break 2013. And that's where I was more hands-on already. Because that 2013, I found the opportunity to open in Nuvali, in Ayala Malls in Nuvali.
Tapos took a lot of courage din. Kasi back then, hindi pa as developed yung Nuvali, di ba?
Well, 2013...
Or medyo okay na siya nun.
Actually, okay na siya noon, 2013. It was Soledad 1 and Soledad 2. Pero
nga pala yung medyo
na yun
magkakadikit.
Malakas na siya eh. And we were against players that were a bit of chains. Jerry's Grill, Max's, yun yung mga chains na nandun eh. Pancake House. And parang kami, second branch, sa expansion pa lang namin. So we were this nobody that was from BF that was competing with, the big players. And all we had was really that seafood oleo. That was really...
Parang yun yung
yun yung
signature
namin.
dish.
The seafood oleo was really what we were bringing to the table, and that thin crust pizza. Parang yun lang. And of course, affordable price points. And really cooking, I think ang hindi kasi nawala sa, going back before Mama Lu's, yung European restaurant, ang kagandahan niya, we were built on, I would say, the flavor and the taste. It was built on that. And the taste nanggaling siya, again, simplicity. Because the ingredients that we were getting was the olive oil. The olive oil was really good. The tomato used was really good. And the seafood was fresh. I think yun yung...
Combination ng what
Yun
made
na yung
it.
parang, nasimplihan nga siya eh. If I were to say, and even the garlic, parang the garlic kasi, you really take the time to, yung iba kasi you can buy the garlic that is already peeled. But if you take the time to peel off the garlic yourself,
Mas fresh siya.
iba. May asim kasi yung isa iba yung anghang niya. So
Nagugutom na tuloy.
I think food is really built on that foundation na you don't shortcut. May mga bagay kasi na shortcut, pero when you shortcut a process kasi, you have to know that the quality, there's may effect siya
payoff.
sa quality.
May consequence.
So we don't shortcut on things that would pay off sa quality. And you have to take the time to really make sure that what you prepare is fresh, so that mararamdaman ng customer.
Pag kinain niya. And ramdam namin yan pag
Parang
kumakain
ganun.
kami sa baba. Di ba, Brett?
So,
Oo, lasagna nila
Kaya-
sobrang sarap din. by
So
the way.
yun, I got my family as my investors. Nagpresent ako sa both my mom and my dad. Pinartner ko sila. Pinartner ko na yung father-in-law ko. Pinartner ko si Crystal, which was
Grabe
not yet
yung
my wife.
courage mo, bro.
So, parang- then we got our
Kasyosyo mo
investors.
ang in-laws mo.
Oo.
Salute,
So-
salute, salute.
So that was the start, and yeah, the rest is history. I guess that was the best decision that we ever made.
Kaya,
Right
ilang branches
now,
na ngayon?
We have 30 Mamalus.
30?
Yes.
30?
30.
From a humble house kitchen.
Yes. Ang pinakabago ito. In Green Hills, yun yung pinakabago. Next week, we're opening in Baguio.
That will be 31?
That will be 31. And Clark. So July 24, we're opening in Baguio. Baguio in Camp John Hay. We took over the space.
I'm so
Big
mind
space.
I'm so mind blown with the story. Like,
Yeah.
you were 21, sinabihan mo yung girlfriend mo na full-time na lang niya, nag-MBA ka, ginawa mong
Yeah.
thesis, tapos presentan mo yung in-laws mo to be
Yeah.
your partners, tapos ngayon 30 branches na siya? Grabe. Can I just say your cajones, ha? Ang galing, congratulations.
Thank
I
you,
mean,
thank
it's
you, thank you,
such an
thank you.
amazing story.
So yeah, we're hoping, we're opening also in Quezon City in Jamboree. We got a big property there. It's a house, so it would be like a flagship Mamalus.
Oh,
It would
nice.
open in,
I'm super excited.
I think in
to
2
see
weeks. Also
Open na siya in 2 weeks?
In end of July, parang end of July.
Grabe.
Tapos, ano pa ba, Clark. We're also opening in Clark mga siguro first week of August.
Ang bilis, ha? Ang bilis ng
Ito
expansion.
sabay-sabay Sabay-sabay yung...
Well, did you get
this
like
year.
additional capital, or this is just the money rolling and funding all the different branches?
It's different, parang we also have, at least, we have different partners that believe in us.
Okay.
Tapos we have, partner banks that also believe in us.
Shoutout sa mga bago dyan. Diba?
Siyempre.
Diyos ko. Pero grabe, ang galing lang talaga ng story. And then sobrang mind blown yung journey. Grabe. So anyway, may isang moment na ako nung nalaman ko si Mama Luz. There was just one moment na nag-viral kayo sa social media. Yung
talaga?
parang nagbigay ka daw ng, tama ba to? Yung nagbigay ka ng recipe. Yun, di ba? To a stranger online. Hindi ka ba natakot na people would just copy the recipe? And number two, why did you decide to give it away?
So it's first off, I mean, I think a shout out to Threads. So, ang galing ng Threads. Siya yung parang even before Threads, there was Twitter already, right?
Now
And,
X.
Now X, diba? Parang what I realized kasi is, in this day and age today, wala na secret eh. Actually, I said that 10 years ago. Kasi 10 years ago, you open a restaurant. This is 2016. You open a restaurant. You look at a truffle pasta. Truffle pasta was already popular then. And actually, for me, it was popularized, I would believe, by Mamu.
Oh, one of
Lorenzo's-
my other favorite
Masarap yun.
restaurants.
Masarap yung
Yes.
truffle pasta niya. And there was a hack. There was a hack on how you make that. I think that's from pepper.ph.
Ah.
Google it. Makita mo, this is how you make the truffle pasta of Mom. So, I'm sure it's not that accurate, right? But the point is, people are doing it already. I mean, you go to TikTok, they can do it in their own home. They have a camera. They can easily hack whatever it is that you're making.
Yeah, and there's so many YouTubers and content creators and chefs who are
So,
Diba?
correct. Yeah, ang
Creating
dami nang gumagawa eh.
recipes,
So parang for me, I think when I read the post on Threads and I saw that, this person is this person I think was I'm not sure if she was having a bad day or she was having some challenges. And I think the best at that moment, ang naisip ko lang was really to cheer her up. And because sa Threads, maraming moments ako nagawa na ganun eh. So at that moment, parang naisip ko, that was, I think, a way for me. It wasn't really, it wasn't the full recipe naman of Mama Luz. But it was my recipe. It's a recipe that I do at home. Whenever I feel bad, that's what I cook.
That's your go-to
Sa akin
sad
kasi, that's
food.
my, that's my go-to dish. Na parang, Kasi, again, when I was saying how important the garlic is, you have to use garlic that is yung may balat. Kasi, pag yung garlic na kinuha mo na, ang ginagawa niya, I don't know kung nilalagyan nila ng langis or something, na may tubig, para balatan nyo. Kasi mahirap balatan yung garlic.
Yes.
Lalo na yung garlic natin na local, maliliit yun eh.
Oo.
Pero napakalasa nun. So sabi ko, sige, why not share this recipe and see if she would, be happy about it. Parang that was a goal. It could have been whatever recipe, pero since I wanted to be sincere because this is really what I do, I wanted to share it with her. So, and that recipe was 3 kinds of garlic. Make sure that the pasta water tasted like the sea, maalat siya. And yung 3 kinds of garlic, you start with the clove, the whole first, then the sliced one, then the chopped one or the minced one. Then you cook it in that sequence.
Order, yeah.
And that flavor, once you add the pasta water and the pasta,
Gutom na ako.
talagang I mean, yun yung, so,
Did you expect it to blow up as much as it did?
In a
positive way, in a positive way.
I wanted really, well, the goal was really, parang masaya siya.
To just cheer the person up.
So, blowing up was, I mean, it wasn't the first time that something I
Like that
posted blew up.
happened.
I think back in December, that I didn't expect to blow up because there was a post wherein this customer ordered the steak and yung nakita niya sa menu and yung na-serve sa kanya, iba. So yun, parang talagang normally kasi panicky ka. Kasi customer yan eh.
Correct.
I think ang ang madali kasi ang madali tsaka mahirap sa business is you have to please the customer.
Yeah.
So madali siya to please the customer. Pag galit yung customer, medyo mahirap na siya.
Correct.
Paano mo siya gagawin?
Irate na kasi, irate.
Irate na. Tapos food pa. Tapos na yung nangyari, di ba? So paano mo siya i-manage? Wala ka na magagawa doon eh. Pero I've always learned that I think the sincerity comes from listening, acknowledging, taking action, and of course, never forget na pasalamatan yung customer.
Customer, yeah.
So, parang yung ganun lang. Pero listening is first eh. So, yeah, I mean, thankful ako na, kasi from there, I was thankful that every customer, every person that saw that recipe is trying to do it or has done it.
I even tried it. I tried it myself. So, kaya sinasabi mo kanina yung 3 garlic? Nadaanan ko yun, ha? But I have to say, it was really good. So, thank you for that. That's your contribution to humanity. Diba? Kasi marami ka na-touch na buhay sa mga kusina.
I'm not saying na I made that recipe. I mean, that was also inspired by books that I read.
Yeah.
So that was, a lot of chefs do it. It's not really a secret. So ako at least I'm happy to be part of something that would, share that.
Yes, exactly.
Share that. Pass it, pay it forward.
Speaking of recipes, ito quick question lang. Ito, contentious to. Pineapples on pizza. Is it daw a culinary crime or food snobs just being dramatic? So what's your take on that?
Ano yun eh? Look, in Mama Lou's, one of our specialty pizzas is pizzas on mango.
On mango?
Mangoes on pizza, sorry. Okay. Mangoes on pizza. That's our number, because spinach na ngayon eh, pero before that was our bestseller.
Okay,
that's our,
hindi na tayo mag-Hawaiian. Magano tayo? Mango
so,
pizza.
Mangoes on pizza. So that's our Mama Lou's special. It's basically pizza, thin crust pizza, with tomatoes, mozzarella, prosciutto. So you get the saltiness from the sliced prosciutto. You get the yellow mangoes, the sweetness from the yellow mango. Bitterness from the arugula.
Maray, mag-order ka
Tapos a bit of the sourness from the balsamic. So,
wait lang, yung malaki, pa-order ka, packet mo dito.
Ay, yun yung...
Pa-order
Mama
mo.
Special.
Pakita natin mamaya.
Special. Mama Special.
Ayan, sige.
Yeah, Mama Special pizza.
Okay.
Yung pizza na may mangga.
Para mapakita natin mamaya, di ba? Okay, go ahead.
So yun. So sa akin yung pineapple, okay yan eh. Parang hindi naman tayo, parang kung ito kasi yung pizza na nakasanayan mo growing up. And for me, we can
I
debate
feel validated as someone who likes Hawaiian pizza.
we can debate about carbonara having cream and not cream, diba? Parang that's also part of the or tomatoes, putting sugar on tomatoes, and I think authenticity is a dish where on ano yung nakasanayan mo sa paglaki.
Oo.
You know why Jollibee is so popular now in Hong Kong, Vietnam? Jollibee is number 1.
Wait, Jollibee's number one in
Alam
Vietnam?
ko Vietnam, oo. Hong Kong,
What?
Jollibee, Vietnam, pero Hong Kong, sabihin natin, Hong Kong, Singapore. Kasi all the kids, and these are the local Hong Kong kids, yun yung pinapakain sa kanila.
Anong mga nag-aalaga sa
Diba?
kanila?
Habang bata pa. Na nasanay na sila.
It is world subjugation through Jollibee by Filipinos.
So that's just an example. And,
We are changing their taste buds to like spaghetti with hot dog.
so, grassroots.
Okay.
Pag nasanay sila sa food mo, grassroots pa lang. I mean, paglaki niyan, you have a forever customer.
Correct.
So, yun yung ano.
Pero wild no, no? Ngayon ko na lang naisip yun, no? We're conquering the world one child at a time. Yun pala yung ginagawa natin.
One chicken joy at a
One
time.
chicken joy at a time. Shout out to
Shoutout pa si Jollibee.
Kailangan natin i-shout out si Jollibee. So anyway, I mentioned to my friend that I'd have a restaurateur or entrepreneur na restaurant owner today. And yung pinatanong niya rin sa akin to kay Chef Ed dati, he wanted to ask you the same question.
Yeah.
Kasi gusto niyang magtayo ng restaurant. He hasn't yet. He's been talking to me about doing it for like 5 years na.
Yeah.
Tapos ito yung tanong niya, what's daw the most expensive mistake a first-time restaurant owner can make? Para daw hindi niya nag-ulitin.
Okay. I think it's falling in love with your product first.
Oh, ganda nun.
Kasi sometimes parang ganun na rin ako before na product muna. See, we were Mama Luz grew with a product called Seafood Olio, right? And but do not fall in love with a product na because I have a great product, I'm gonna market it.
Correct.
Because it's always a product market fit. It's not what you sell, and especially in the Philippines, it's not what you sell, it's who you sell to.
Two.
So you have to have a good product, correct? But you have to make sure that you have the right positioning.
Correct.
So it's really who you sell to. What price points do you want to sell? What's the portion strategy?
Baka knowing the customer really well.
Are you gonna cater for especially in food? Do you want to go with the A, with the B, with the C, the broad C, the C1, or
Kasi
the
very
D or the E?
different lahat yun.
It's different market. So ang dami kasi na their product is, parang yung taste profile niya pang AB. Pero yung price point niya pang CB. Then it's not a fit. Or baliktad. Pero yung taste profile niya. So again, I think yung sa restaurant, it's not just most restaurant owners that I know and failed fell in love with their product more than the systems.
And making sure na consistent siya, you can scale it, parang ganon?
Well, yun yung isa, di ba? Once you know your position, or once you have identified your position, syempre, as you go lower in the market, then you have to have systems for scale. Kasi you're volume driven now.
Yeah.
Because if your price points are low, I need more volume.
Correct.
If your price points are high, okay ka lang. Pwedeng fine dining, medyo slow pace, not a lot of systems.
Yeah.
So, yun yung
Balance.
I think yun yung pinaka-importante na
Nangyari na sa'yo yun? Yung na-fall in love kasi isang product, tapos yung pala...
well, yes. Actually, parang nangyari sa akin to be, parang hindi na fall in love. Actually, ako na-fall in love ako sa brand. Na parang, hindi, ito yung positioning ng brand na to. Parang mali yung positioning niya. So nangyari sa amin ngayon. So even until today, may ganun kami. Or may mga products na kami na, hindi, sa tingin ko magkiklik to. For example, let's say meron akong dish. Sa sample lang to, escargot. I think the escargot, because the escargot in abroad is, so I've tried this restaurant in Japan. It's an Italian-Japan chain that has 1,000 branches. 1,000 branches in Japan.
In Japan lang, ha?
In Japan,
Wow.
yeah. They serve an escargot that is cheap. Sabi ko, baka kaya ko i-benta yung escargot dito na mura din. So tinatry namin. Benta natin ng mura, pero which is a kohol. An
Yeah.
imported kohol, di ba? Mura, o sige magkano? Dapat, kasi we were selling it before, medyo mataas $695. Umakit pa ka ng $750. Pero sabi ko, teka, yung cost, kaya pala natin ibaba. Kung ibaba natin to ng below $300, gawin natin.
Kakagat ba yung tao?
Kakagat ba yung tao? $260. Kakagat ba yung tao? Kaya ba? At that scale. So, yun yung experiment na parang, hindi, pang AB lang talaga yung lasa niyan eh. Kasi kahit anong gawin mo, kahit ibaba mo yan ng 260, kung yung taste profile, hindi talaga,
Hindi nagmamatch.
baka hindi kaya.
Mm-mm.
Wine. Yung wine ba, is there a restaurant? I mean, are we a wine drinking market or not? Even if you bring down the price of wine, will there be a market for it?
Mm-mm.
Or, hindi, magkukook na lang ako. Or
Tsaka lalo na
magbe-beer
ngayon,
ako.
di ba nga yung trend, the younger generation,
Correct.
they don't like alcohol
They don't
anymore.
drink. So is it, because you would see in different countries like Singapore that, or in Italy, of course, wine is staple
Yeah.
sa mesa, di ba?
Kahit magla-lunch sila, may wine na eh.
So is it a question of a price barrier or
A cultural thing.
right?
Yeah.
So may mga gano na na parang ang hirap ipilit yung nasubukan mo kasi syempre tayo we are inspired by the experiences and influence of our travels.
Correct.
And if you bring it here, hindi, murahan ko lang makukuha yan.
Mm-mm.
Parang hindi yung top of mind eh.
Correct.
Market will not dictate the menu. Well, I think market should dictate your menu. Your experience will not dictate the menu. Parang ganon. Yun yung tingin ko.
Kumbaga, you have to stay open to what the market says and evolve with it.
So, yeah, that's one. Don't fall in love. Number two, don't take business plan for granted.
Don't take your business plan for granted.
Parang yung iba kasi na, yun yung huling ginagawa nila.
Mm-mm.
Financial projections, box economics. Hindi, okay na yan. Parang...
Tingnan na lang natin ano mangyari.
Diba? Tapos, okay rin naman kasi yun eh. Kasi syempre, most entrepreneurs, tira lang yan ng tira eh. Saka na yung mag-aayos eh.
Oo.
Diba? Yung iba naman kasi, talagang gumagawa pa ng plano, tapos hindi naman pinupul yung trigger. Pero sa akin, I think the business plan is really your guide. And do not take that for granted because yung tsamba tsaka swerte, hindi mo magagawa yung consistently.
Correct.
Minsan makakatsamba ka. And most of the time, parang akala mo Superman ka na.
Pero yung pala, you're on a lucky streak lang, di ba?
Diba? Darating sa point because when you get all the curveballs, then you suddenly realize na it's a different, iba na, parang burnout will happen. So yun, I guess yun yung dalawang,
Two best tips that you could
Yeah.
give. Now, he was also asking, parang pagdating naman daw sa mga delivery apps, kasi parang some people say na over-reliance on yung mga Grab and Food Panda can be bad for the restaurant. But at the same time, parang yung exposure nun might be good for the restaurant. Since I don't own a restaurant myself, I'd like to
Yeah.
hear from you. Ano yung thoughts mo on the delivery apps?
I think there's a different economics that the delivery apps. There's a huge economics that these delivery apps have created. Food Panda, Grab, ano siya? It became really strong, especially during the pandemic.
Pandemic.
And it is, I think now, ano naman, it's there. Because of the traffic, people don't want to go out.
Yeah.
And again, it's all about positioning and box economics. Kasi positioning, why? The market of delivery apps is different from the market that go out.
Yes, exactly.
I would say, maraming market ng delivery apps may even be in the A.
Kasi mas mahal eh.
Hindi sila mas mahal.
Mas mahal.
And ayaw nila lumabas.
Correct.
So there's a market for that. So sayang naman if you're selling something that's yung medyo mura lang, tapos dun mo parang asa ka ng volume doon. But yes, there's an opportunity for that. Number two, kailangan mo talaga mahalan. Kasi ang laki ng charge sa'yo eh.
Ilang percent ba yung kinukuha nila?
I think between 20 to 30%. It's really tough. It's really tough.
That's on gross?
That's on gross.
So, kunyari, you sell a product for like 300 pesos, they'll
90
get...
pesos.
What?
Yeah.
Laki pala ng kinikita ng mga yun.
90 pesos. So tama ba? 30%, 90 pesos. Oh. So ganun. So parang
Ang laki.
so yung box economics mo.
Kaya mas mahal sa app. When
Well, yung
someone...
iba tinataasan na lang nila.
to
Wala
make up
silang
for
magawa.
the ano,
for the
for
loss,
the-
for the
okay.
ano eh. So I think it's been a practice na itaas kami. Like for Mama Lou's, we've been reliant on delivery, especially during the pandemic.
Yes.
But now that dine-in has gone back, okay. But again, delivery food is pizza, fried chicken, ano pa ba, burgers, yan yung mga malalakas eh. So there's an economy for that. It's just that I think for us, we'd like to focus more on experiences and experiences na sa restaurant. So yun yung ano namin. Parang that's
Kumbaga,
our
you'd rather
strategy.
invest and focus on that more than anything.
For now.
For
For now. I think we haven't perfected the food. I mean, for me, food tastes good talaga pag dining.
Oo, iba yung
Iba eh.
pag dineliver, parang yung time, lalo na pag nata-traffic sila,
So 30
pagdating
minutes,
sa'yo,
iba na yung lasa.
hindi na siya ganun kasarap. Lalo na when you're talking about pasta.
Correct.
Diba? Ang iba yung lasa ng bagong lutong pasta.
So hindi pa
Yung
namin
usok-usok pa.
yung umuusok talaga pag ganun mo, tapos makikita mo, yun ang
Correct.
masarap eh. So sa
Gugutom na
ngayon-
talaga ako. So, hirap pala mag-interview ng restaurant owner sa show na to. Parang yung kay chef, nung dinidescribe niya si Chef Ed,
Oo.
dinidescribe niya yung mga burger na gusto niya. Kulang na lang maglaway ako nung episode na yun. Anyway, sorry. So going back, ibang topic naman. So one of the things na I wanted to ask someone like you is di ba recently nagkaroon ng yung minimum wage increase.
Yeah.
So I think it was increased dito sa Metro Manila. Magkano yung increase, right?
85 na staggered.
So 60
Staggered.
pesos on July 25
Tapos may madadagdag na 20 pesos pa.
sa
Sa
Jan,
2027
January
ba?
2027.
So,
Tama.
so ano yung
Tama.
impact nun sa mga negosyante katulad mo? Ako syempre sa akin may impact. Pero from a restaurant perspective, I'd like to hear your perspective
I
on it.
think for internally, it on the flat, it's a welcoming news, of course, for our employees. Because now parang yung may spending eh. Kasi may shift yan eh. Syempre mas malaki yung kikitain nila ngayon. I'm
Correct.
sure they would spend it.
Yes.
And it's gonna help the economy as well.
Yes.
Now, and as much as we want, I mean, we can increase more eh. Pero when you look at the restaurant box economics, like our net income margin is just below 8%.
Wow.
8%, below 10% even. Pero yeah, 8% ngayon, it's because saan napupunta yung mga margins sa amin? When you look at the sales, food cost is high. It runs around 35 to 40%. Labor cost is already 15 to 20%. Rent, especially at this time, more naglalaro yan. Metro Manila alone, hindi yan bababa ng 10%. Maglalaro yan ng 11 to 12%. Now,
Electricity pa.
well, yung electricity yung pinaka-grabe kasi I think yung timing lang, but I guess lahat parang we came from the Iran war that affected the gas prices, that affected the electricity prices, that affected the gas prices, and affected
The food cost.
the food cost because of all the materials
Yes.
na nagtaas. So parang ang hirap lang na parang saan siya magagaling?
Oo
Diba?
nga. And then yung iniisip namin
Kasi
nung
2%
sinannounce, sabi ko sa kukunin yung pambayad niyan.
So essentially, parang what's gonna happen is, and I'm sure na pag-aralan to ng mga economists natin. Parang I read that, China Bank said that this increase will only affect like 1.345% in the inflation. Parang something like that. Oh,
Yeah.
sabi ko, or less. So, okay, maliit lang. But I think the effect of that with restaurants that does not have economies of scale, and I'm talking about the small restaurants.
Yeah. Sila yung mas tatamaan.
Tatamaan sila kasi yung cost nila, parang yung cost nila of purchases, mas mataas eh.
Yes.
So that 2% for them is already a lot. And how that would affect is, hindi na siya for me win-win eh. Kasi what's gonna happen is, win si employees, win sa akin kasi dapat win-win-win eh. Win yung tao mo, win yung restaurant mo, win yung customers.
Correct.
So win-win-win. Mahirap kasi na win yung tao mo, restaurants will take the effect, win si customer, you don't price increase. Or win si employees, you price increase by 10 to 15%.
Tapos hindi
or
win si customer.
hindi win si customer. You see, so there's no way, parang it has to be a win-win-win. And I think yun yung nangyayari ngayon na, okay, what are the ways where we
Can make it win-win-win.
Yes. So nandun yung iba. Sige, let's just price increase. Kasi wala tayong magagawa eh. Or paano, sige, magtataas tayo ng sweldo, pero baka magbawas tayo ng tao, mag-freeze hiring tayo, or magbawas tayo ng oras. But it's hard to get that. So ako parang I think, and I was walking earlier today, sabi ko, ano kayo pwede gawin? Saan tayo pwede makagawa ng solution? May naisip ako kanina. Pero kanina lang to, this morning, sabi ko, why not? Okay, yung difference ng increase natin, bakit hindi natin, because I know we will not get a tax credit with sa kahit ano, but if only in the increase, the difference of the increase, we can get that as a tax credit deductible to your income tax. Yung increase lang.
Oh, actually.
If we can get that spread, income tax payment ko, ikakatas ko yung spread na increase, that would help us. I mean,
Yeah.
walang issue yun.
You can keep your prices, your employees are happy,
Correct.
and you won't take too much of a hit.
Correct. And alam mo, parang the last time that the government subsidized something like this was back in 2020. April, May, or May, June, I think, where there was a subsidy law where the government granted 50 billion pesos because it was COVID. It was 2 cut-offs, I think, or 2 months that the government, I think each employee received around 8,000 pesos.
Yeah.
Because it was really a terrible economy, right? And sabi ko, if the government would spend 50 billion pesos, I ran the numbers. I might be wrong, but I ran the numbers that this percentage, because we're talking about 1 million
Yeah.
MWEs, 1 million, 1.1 million in Metro Manila.
Yes.
I computed if we gave the spread as a tax credit, it would run around 8 billion, parang 6 to 8 billion.
A year or a month?
For the whole, for the, I think it's a year.
Okay, for the year. Okay.
Pero when you compare to the subsidy that the government gave of 50 billion, may precedent na eh.
Yeah.
Maliit lang to.
Oo.
Pero it stops restaurants from closing.
Ilang project lang yan ng,
Diba?
ng flood control na ninanakaw.
Maliit lang. Para sa akin, pero employment will continue, jobs will not be lost, businesses will continue, customers will be happy.
How I wish our government leaders had the same common sense as you, my
Parang
friend.
ganun lang. Ako yung spread na yun, and I'm sure yun yung well, that's what we're hoping to discuss with so I'm also the president of ResoPH.
Okay.
It's a restaurant organization. So I hope to discuss that with the rest kasi maraming hindi lang restaurant, retail industry, pharmaceutical, construction.
Maraming
Kasi
tatamaan talaga niyan.
lahat naman tatamaan na baka pwedeng gawin natin to. Of course, mag-ano yung sa Department of Finance or sa BIR, pero para sa akin, mas okay na yun kaysa magsara yung negosyo.
Correct. Lalo-lalo na yung mga smaller shops who are just starting out.
So, yung wag lang yung ganun ka historic rise eh. Diba?
Yeah.
So, okay naman. Ako, I think, pwede pa nga natin itaas eh. Pero sana, parang may hindi sa negosyo lang tatama. Or isipin nila, hindi, ang dali lang sa mga negosyante, hindi magtaas ka ng presyo. We don't wanna do that.
Yeah.
Right? Hindi ganun. That's not how it should work. So,
I support that move and I hope you get to talk not just to your fellow entrepreneurs but also to the government to do that,
Yeah.
no? Kasi I think napakalaking bagay niya mamaya. Kasi alam mo, na-realize ko nga, pinag-usapan namin the other day, wala pa kang binibigay itong gobyernong to sa atin eh. Ever since, di ba? They keep taking, they keep asking. They keep imposing more taxes, more fees, and yet there's nothing na binalik pa nila sa tao as much as we want. So ito, kung itong maliit na bagay na to, I think will help so many businesses and hindi magiging inflationary and
And sa akin,
makakatulong pa sa employees.
I also, parang, if you're gonna audit it, parang you just submit the payroll period of
Yeah,
the increase.
simple
Madali lang eh. So,
Oo, bangga mo na yung numbers. Ganun lang siya kadali.
It's a workable, ano.
Oo,
it's a
so
workable
Mr.
solution.
Batman, Ralph Recto. Kung nakikinig ka, padala natin to. Lagay mo yung mukha ni Recto pag pinag-uusapan namin to. Mr. Recto. Kainis. Anyway, sige, going forward. So ibang topic naman. So I asked si Chef Ed before, ano yung mga favorite niya na burgers na hindi sa kanya? So tatanungin kita, ano yung favorite pasta you've tried na hindi sa inyo?
Oh, okay.
In Manila, best pasta you've tried?
Oh, that's tough. Wait.
Ako meron ako sagot. Gusto mo ako muna habang nag-isip ka?
Sige.
Sige, kasi may dalawa akong favorite eh. Siyempre, gusto ko yung sa inyo sa baba. Pero yung paborito ko talaga before, yung sa, ano yung sa Mamu, yung
Lorenzo's Truffle Pasta. That's
Oo.
good. Ako rin.
Ako,
Gusto ko
sobrang
yun.
paborito. Tapos
Lorenzo's Truffle Pasta.
pwede mong i-request na gawin nilang, sorry, I might butcher how I pronounce it. Sopressini ba yun? Yung style, pwede mo i-request na hindi noodles eh. Pwede mo i-request na ganun. So, gusto ko the way it's able to keep the flavor inside kasi parang iba yung pagkagawa ng pasta. So, ako yun yung sa akin.
Okay. Sa pasta, sige, ako ano ba? Sa akin kasi parang, although matagal ako hindi nakakain ulit, fresh pasta, I remember eating sa this restaurant called Va Bene. Va Bene in BGC. They have a really good fresh pasta. And just for, I think it was a seafood pasta. It's a black alnero pasta. That was good.
They're still open?
Yes. Ang tagal ko
Okay.
lang di nakabalik. Sorry. Ito pala, very easy, Pancake House.
Oh? Pancake House?
Hindi, spaghetti. For me,
spaghetti.
spaghetti. Parang
Okay.
I think, there's just, because ako kasi, parang I'm the type of guy na, ang gusto ko yung parang very, very comfort. So Pancake House for me, especially, tapos I order extra cheddar. So if I'm not eating Mama Lou's, sa Mama Lou's, meron kaming pasta that is sweet as well. It's called Pasta Angela. But the counterpart of that, of course, is the Pancake House. I think that's something that I enjoy na, because my kids enjoy it. Ako parang comfort food siya. It's, there's the balance of sweetness and the cheddar, that's good. So, ako ganun. Yun yung simple lang. Of course, yung Lorenzo's Truffle Pasta, I always ordered it. Actually, ang dami pala. Ngayon, yun napapasok ko. Of course, Shibo would have the telefono.
Chibo.
Chibo telefono.
I was so sad when they closed the one here in Promenade and they moved it to GH
yes,
Mall.
yes.
Kasi
Oo.
dati meron dyan sa strip eh. Sobrang sarap.
So, yeah, their telefono is I think...
Pero okay na rin, dumating kayo eh. Pinalitan nyo.
Ano pa ba? Siguro hindi ako masyadong... Ako kasi hindi ako masyadong kumakain sa mga Italian restaurants na hindi sa hindi sa Mama Lou's eh. So...
Oh wait, pakita na natin. Pakita na natin. Ayan, halika. Halika dito, halika dito.
Hi, how are you?
Ayan, pakita natin.
Explain. Then,
Oh, ito na yung Ito na yung Mama Lou special ba yun? Huwag kang gunting, Ray, para mabuksan natin to. Patayin mong bitawan. Bitawan eh. Gunting. So ito yung mango.
This is a Mama Lou's special. I think. Oh, yes, Mama Lou's special. Yan natin.
Yan. O yan, meron tayong magiging mukbang tayo, guys.
Yan natin. So,
First time ko to try this one. Oh, wow, it really has mango.
Yes.
Paano
Wala
ko
na
ma-zoom
arugula,
in?
pero yes.
Pwede ba,
Ayan.
pakita mo na lang dyan? Parang nila makikita. Pakita nyo sa camera para makita. Okay yan ah. Ayan, pakita mo. So yan yung, ano ulit pangalan yan?
Mama Lou's special.
Mama Lou Special. So meron siyang prosciutto, meron siyang mango, tapos ano yung sauce?
Balsamic. It's
balsamic.
balsamic
Okay.
glaze. Kaya,
Okay, nagugutom na ako, ladies and
wife ko,
gentlemen.
recipe yan ng wife ko.
So recipe ng wife ko to.
Recipe
Okay.
siya nag-ano yan.
Oh, sige, so tatry ko ngayon. Hey. Kahit konti lang. Kasi baka hindi na tayo mag-interview. Gusto mo rin?
Go, please.
Tatry ko lang.
Sige, of course.
Oh, wow. Mango.
Aliga,
Dude, this looks
I'll
good.
try with you.
Yeah.
Ay, tapos may hot honey dyan. And
Oh,
may
wow.
arugula.
I like yung balance ng flavor. Oh, may sweet tapos salty.
Diba? Wala na yung arugula. Hindi ko alam.
Welcome to Carlos Mukbang Channel. First time on the show. Kumain ako, di ba?
Wow.
Pucha.
Happy ako sa dough namin.
Panalo.
We use a flour. Ngayon kasi we've started importing from Italy. So meron kaming flour na pinapasok.
The flour you use is imported from Italy?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And we also have an improver. So parang alam mo pare, sa pizza, sa Italy, yung mga doughs doon, ano siya? Parang digestible. Pansinin mo, pati pasta doon, parang yung mga kumakain doon, aside sa lakad ka na lakad, hindi sila ganun parang lean sila kasi may natural, is it probiotics or
That's in the dough?
in the flour?
Wow. Kailangan ko yata ng tissue. Grabe. Oy, masarap. Try nyo din. Okay, 10 out of 10 stars. Kunin mo na to bago ubusin yung Diyos ko.
Dito ko matapin.
It's really good, ah.
Thank you.
Ever since you guys open, meron na kayo niyan?
Yeah. Since 2010.
Oh, wow.
That was one of our original pizzas.
How's it doing now? Among your pizzas.
Number 3, I think.
Number 3?
Yeah.
Well, it's
Or
not
number
every
two.
day you see
Sorry,
mangoes
number
on
two.
pizza.
Number two, number
Number
two.
2.
Yeah.
Number 1 is?
spinach pizza. So we're known now for our spinach and goat cheese pizza. That's really good. Ano siya?
Okay, Ray, order mo na ulit. Order mo.
Yeah,
Pero ang galing, that's just the recipe of your wife?
Yeah.
Na inimbento lang niya?
well,
wow.
parang ang ano niya, ang inspiration niya was, I think for the pizza, sa Pinoy kasi ang panlasa natin laging balanse.
Correct.
Parang yun yung ano kailangan, hindi pwedeng angat yung isa.
Mm.
So I watched this Netflix docu that validated that, which is salt, fat, acid, and heat.
Mm.
In every dish, you have to have a salt, you have to have fat, you have to have acid and heat. So ito, parang yun yung balance niya. You get the salt from the prosciutto, you get the fat also, you get the sweetness from the mango, you get the acid from the balsamic. Yung heat lang, yun yung ano, dito kasi sa atin hindi masyadong ma-heat yung
Mga tao, oo.
Well, kami mga kids.
Mm-mm.
Ang market ng Mama Lu's, what we really want is for the kids to love the food.
Kasi malaking bagay yun if you're a family
Again,
restaurant.
grassroots. So parang it has to, we have to win the taste palate of the kids.
Well, that will win their taste palate, I'm
Correct,
sure.
correct.
That's
So,
really good. Yung
that's-
honey, may honey din yun.
Yes, we have hot
Wait,
honey.
tira niyo ako ng isa.
may honey, may hot honey, ano siya?
Gusto ko matry mamaya with the honey and the arugula. Baka inubos nyo na. Sige, sorry. Balik na tayo sa Balik na tayo sa podcast. Pucha, naging mukbang channel tayo. So, ito you mentioned kanina, you work with your wife, no? So, ano yung best marriage advice na pwede bigay sa couples or thinking of going into business together?
Don't go into business.
Sabi na nga ba?
Ano?
Kasi I'm sure it wasn't easy. Di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi it's like, ang hirap i-balance ng you being a husband and you being a business partner, di ba?
Parang ano yeah. It's tough. It's still tough. It's
Yeah.
challenging. And I think it became better when we know our roles.
Parang very clear set of expectations.
Parang dapat gano'n. Kasi ang hirap kasi to be professional and sometimes emotions would come in
Yeah.
Because
At wala kayo choice. Pag uwi mo, magkikita kayong dalawa.
correct. So I think at the beginning and at the end of the day, what I've learned is you have to value respect. Parang yun yung number one. Parang sometimes kasi sa business. And I guess this applies not only to your partner who is your wife, but with
To
everyone
partners
else.
and even your employees.
I
diba?
think respect goes a long way where lalo na kung asawa mo. Diba? Parang gano'n na and sometimes you have to have self-awareness. Kasi sometimes in the heat of moment where lalo na kung if it's a difficult conversation. Tapos or a stressful conversation or an environment and you forget na wait, you're not just talking to your partner but you're also talking to your wife.
Yeah.
And it's gonna affect her if you say something or do
Yes.
something.
And pag uwi mo, yari ka. Kasi,
Parang ganon.
kasi siya
So,
na yung commander.
Correct. So I guess yun yung dapat wag kalimutan.
Oh, and I'm sure up till today, there's still challenges. No?
Up until today. So
Bigyan ng alak. Bigyan ng alak yan. Kailangan na natin pupunta doon, Diyos Lord. Ako kasi, so there are times na I get to work
Yeah.
with my wife. She has a different job. Pero every now and then, there are projects na we would work together.
Oh.
So I think it's the same dynamic na parang, it's me understanding and knowing how she is.
Yeah.
And her already, yun the benefit of being together for so long. Diba? Kasi we dated for like 10 years, boyfriend, girlfriend. Then we've been married
Oh,
for
wow.
15 years. So 25 years na kami together.
Wow.
No, simula, mahirap. Pero ngayon, parang tingin-tinginan pa lang, alam mo na, sobra na ako, preno na.
Oo.
Yung unang tingin ko pa lang sa kanya, alam ko nasasaktan na siya. So yung mga ganong klaseng thing. So sobrang gets ko
yeah.
yung self-awareness and experience. Pero at the end of the day, pag uwi, yung lalaki pa rin yung nagsasorry. Kahit anong mangyari, di ba? We can say all self-awareness all we want. Pero at the end of the day, sino may kasalanan? Di ba?
Ikaw.
Ganun palagi. Best way to have peace in the world, happy wife, di ba? So anyway,
Yes, yes.
moving forward. So I take it you're very savvy with social media, no? And you mentioned kanina how you were at least how you were replying, identifying moments and threads. What do you think is the reason why most traditional businesses fail in social? Kasi you guys have done really well in social. And by the way, before that, before the thought lang slips my mind, you mentioned kanina you were investing in experiences. I have to say that it works. Kasi every time I walk by Mama Luz, narinig namin yung Italian music sa baba. Kaya kami naakit. So we say we can confirm that it works. Para siyang siren's call. Pizza. Anyway, sorry. Going back. So yun yung question.
Why traditional businesses
Fail on social media.
Well, you have to be in social media. Parang I believe parang the first step is really actively listening.
Yeah.
Parang yun yung you have to embrace it.
I think ang ganda nung sinabi mo, doon pa lang ang dami na nagkakamali. Kasi when a lot of people go into social media, it's just there to shout and to promote. Ang ganda nung sinabi mo na the first step is to listen.
Actively listening.
Yeah.
And parang it became a habit already of mine. Actually, became a habit that I tried to teach and impart with each and every one from my team. Where back in, alam mo yung nag-google ka araw-araw, tapos you Google your brand every day. Tapos you just look at the recent reviews or results. Tapos titingnan mo what they talk about. And I think, back in 10 to 15 years ago, I always refresh before I go to sleep to see if there's a new review of Mama Luz that pops up. Tapos, of course, excited ka basahin. And I think that habit that I started doing 10 years ago, parang nag-evolve lang siya into threads
Into social
now,
and threads, yeah.
na parang yun yung foundation ko eh. It never stopped eh. Parang I'm very vain with what people talk about our brand. I think now lang na magnify siya into a channel that was it's not as easy now because
Oo,
wala
for
akong ibang
sure.
ako lang yung tumitingin ng ng account ko eh. So I get like parang lalo na nung nag-viral yung mga ibang post, hindi ko na siya mabasa, hindi ko na ma-reply ng bawat
I'm sure.
isa. May post ako last I think a few days ago, 300 replies, hindi ko na ma-reply ng
Oo.
maubos yung time mo to respond to each one. And even basahin, parang ang hirap. So it's not easy, but you really, I think the intention is you really make time and, always have that habit of listening. That's the first step. So for a traditional business, you really have to embrace it and listen. Kasi sa iba, parang ang tingin nila, those are noises. Lalo na if it's a negative review. Kasi mas-stress lang ako dyan. And, I mean, if it's your business,
You should embrace it, di ba?
if it's your business, kailangan parang
Points for improvement yun.
correct.
Diba?
So ganun dapat. And I think that's a business that we have eh. I mean, it's not, we're a B2C customer. And our customer is like in the, ang dami.
Correct.
Right? So, it's not, hindi siya yung isa lang yung customer ko, siya lang yung papakinggan ko.
Correct. Ito madami talaga and
So-
all walks of life, different branches.
And it helps, social media helps us, connect with each of these customers and try to get feedback with each of these customers. So parang mas madali nga for us because
Because you're able to reach out, comment,
Yes.
reply.
So parang so in a way I think that's helpful for us. Now if you're a traditional business that don't need that, for example, maybe I would say kung hardware store ka.
Walang kamatayang hardware nagbebenta ng
Hardware
pako. Na yung anak nila yung nasa cashier.
Baka hindi mo kailangan. Pero again, who knows? I mean, sa tingin ko, if you're a customer-facing business, you would need.
Yeah, feeling ko there's a way to always include social pa rin to be able to make it thrive.
And at the beginning of the day, tao lang tayo eh. Your people are not perfect.
Yeah.
Your people will make mistakes.
Yeah.
We would have our loopholes. But I think what changes a business, yung kaiba ng business that really, has a better empathy is just actively listening. Through researching about what people talk about, what people say.
May idadagdag ako sa pwede mong gawing gabi-gabi.
Yeah.
Diba yung uso ngayon? Ano yun? Yung GEO ba yun? Generative Engine Optimization. Basically, instead of Googling and instead of just looking at threads, you can ask sila ChatGPT what customers say about you.
Yes.
Or
yes.
ano yung mga i-recommend nilang ganyaring restaurants within your category. So, dapat lumalabas ka doon.
I haven't done that yet.
So-
Pero yeah, I saw a post na nagtanong, may gano'n na. Tapos tinatag ako, yung pala yun. GEO or GOO?
GEO, parang Generative
Wow.
Engine Optimization ba yun? I don't know, basta something along those lines.
GEO.
Basically, you just ask the chat app.
And this is for ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, Gemini, kasi they all, di ba, some people, ang trend ngayon, yung magiging bagong search will
Is the
be
AI.
AI. Kasi ang nangyari, from search, it became social.
Correct.
So yung next transition is social daw to AI. So you have to prepare yourself na you're indexed properly by the chat engines para when the people ask them for recommendations, ikaw yung i-recommend.
Wow.
So for example, if I were to chat GPT or Gemini, saan masarap kumain na restaurant within San Juan? Na Italian or parang gano'n. Or best pizza.
I
ganon.
saw that. So somebody tagged me na parang, yes, a friend of mine tagged me in Valley. Tapos we came out at #1 sa Italian restaurant in Valley.
Good job, good job, good job. Okay, so
Tapos tinag ako, yung pala yun.
kailangan mo gawin sa lahat ng areas that you're in.
Wow.
So yun,
Wow,
that's
wow.
something that you might want to take a look into. But anyway, we've had you for like over an hour, so we'll
Wow.
wind down with a few more questions na lang,
Sure,
and then
sure.
we'll wrap things up. So, eto fun question. If a 21-year-old came to you with 50,000 pesos, kasi maraming taong ganito yung naghahanap ng unang negosyo,
Yeah.
and wanted to start a food side hustle, kasi usong-uso din yun ngayon sa mga bata, and even employed, yung hindi na kaya ng sweldo lang, kailangan talaga rumakit. What is the exact product you think they should sell? Food side hustle with 50,000 capital.
Wow. 50,000. Parang maliit yung 50,000.
Oh, yun kasi yung usual na nakikita ko sa ex or sa advice kung 50 mil lang kapital nila
Tapos pagkain.
pagkain.
Kung side hustle.
Oo. So hindi main business,
Yeah.
hindi kailangan malakihan, kumbaga kailangan ko lang kumita on the side.
Ako I think kung bata, tapos meron akong 50,000, ang gagawin ko, bibili ako ng produkto, kahit anong produkto. Sabihin natin well normally kasi sabihin ko, punta ka Divisoria, bili ka ng mga goods na Divisoria or magpadala ka ng goods from Bacolod, yung mga bongbongs, parang may brand doon bongbongs na ang sarap ng nila Yung mga malalayo, tapos benta mo sa school mo, tapos you make the spread, di ba? With 50,000 pesos, I think. But I think better if you might cost more than 50,000, but you can buy that same product in China. Goods. I'm talking about goods. Maybe candy, lollipop, or protein bars, for example. Let's say you're
protein bars.
So protein bars, you have 50K. You start kasi uso to Uso to sa markets Protein bars, bili ka sa China. I don't think 50,000 will get you branding already, but maybe white label muna, diba? Tapos sell it in school, or if you're in college, sell it in
Or
workout
sell it on
gyms.
Instagram or TikTok shop.
Also, sell it in
diba?
online,
Yeah.
TikTok. Sorry, tama. Sell it online, TikTok
Yeah.
shop. Tapos, yun, doon ka na magpaikot.
And sobrang uso siya ngayon kasi diba, fitness is all the craze these days.
Yes.
Diba? So, healthy lifestyle. So,
Yeah, protein bar with
bars.
creatine, something like that. So, I think okay yun. Okay yun.
Oh, yun, maganda
Walang
sagot yun.
kalaban.
Oh, wala. I don't think meron
Walang
silang kalaban.
doon. Oo. So, yeah.
Ito naman, what is the dumbest financial advice you've seen? Ito kasi uso to yung mga financial/entrepreneurial influencers na nasa Facebook. Ano yun? Hindi kasi ako nasi-stress ako. Minsan nasama nang binibigay nilang advice Nasi-stress ako So meron ka bang narinig na sobrang pangit na advice na binibigay about investing or starting a business?
Ako kasi hindi ako
Hindi ka nakikinig sa kanila?
Hindi ko
Kaya successful. Wala nakikita. Correct.
Pero sa akin, I think you just don't, and it's not easy. Pero sometimes kasi, buying something is an emotional decision. Investing is also an emotional decision. And I think yun yung dapat na hindi mangyari. Once it becomes an emotional decision, wala na. So now, how do you become not emotional? Research. You have AI, diba? That's not emotional. You base it on facts. So if you are the question, and I think the first yung isa sa pinaka-basic is investing in insurance, sabihin natin.
Yeah.
Let's invest in insurance. Tapos lagay mo dito sa stock market. lagi mo sa stock market locally, yung stock market sa abroad. Bagsak. But if you invested in the stock market 10 years ago, you haven't done anything, right?
Yeah.
Parang the trend is bagsak pa rin, no? So,
I feel you kasi I put in money in several mga funds 10 years ago.
So,
Walang nangyari.
who would say na tapos others would say, go all in Bitcoin or go all in, diba? Ang dami. So, at the end of the day, parang lahat ng mga business decisions is influenced by what other people say, what you see online, and I think, and how you are influenced by others. So, pag na-influensyahan ka na ng iba, tapos yung iba naman, I think one of the dumbest, I would say, well, I won't say dumbest, pero again, since it's emotional, the high return is never gonna happen, right? Don't invest in high return dahil yun yan, may emotional ka na, uy, yayaman ako bigla. That's an emotional decision. So, nothing is yung high reward, walang ganon. And maraming tao na gullible. I've been a victim of that.
Ako din.
Mga ganon din. So hanggang ngayon, well, hindi naman hanggang ngayon, pero yun yung those that promise high returns, avoid that.
As much as possible.
Oo,
Yan, if it's too good to be true, probably isn't. Diba?
So, oo.
Okay. So to wrap things up, when your time in this industry is eventually done, this is the famous legacy question. What do you want the legacy of David Season to be?
Pwede ba legacy na lang ng Mama Luis?
Oh yeah. What legacy do you want to leave? Diba?
Hindi naman legacy. Parang, I think, in business, ako ay, so my dad passed away 3 years
I'm
ago.
sorry.
3 years ago. And he was my, he and my mom were my first investors. And they really believed in me, especially with my partnership with my wife, Crystal. And parang he was parang siya yung nagiging guide ko for decisions with expanding, with stress, with managing people, and most importantly, self-awareness. And parang what he imparted with me was to value humility above everything else. Value humility. So, especially in times of success and in times of failure, you always value humility, be humble. And I think, yun yung parang makikita mo kasi, pag naging successful yung isang tao, kahit hindi mo gawin, kahit hindi ka aware or hindi mo sinasadya, there would be, parang sasabihin ng tao, oh, mayabang ka na, may ganon. And I think, it's not your fault, no? But the more that you have to value humility, kasi may mga tao na makikita mo na, uy, parang successful na siya kasi marami na siyang mga material na bagay na gano'n. Kung yun yung importante sa kanya. And I think, yung sa akin, yung pinaka-successful na tao na yung mga nakilala ko, ay yung mga pinaka-humble na tao na nakilala ko rin. So, and I think yun yung yun yung gusto ko i-share kasi talaga yun yung tumatak sa akin .
Correct.
And I hope I get remembered by a person na ganun din. That I value humility more than the legacy that I have built.
I remember nga some of the richest and wealthiest people I know, ang pinakasimpleng magbihis.
Yeah.
Up to today. Yung walang flashy watch, walang flashy sneakers, t-shirt na walang brand. As in,
Yes.
chill lang talaga sila. Tapos pag tanungin mo sila bakit, okay na to . Kasi at the end of the day, okay na talaga sila sa ganun. So,
Yeah.
with that said, maraming salamat for being on the show. I know you probably know it already and I know, I'm sure your mom tells you, but at least from what I've heard from you today and your story, I'm sure your dad is very proud of you.
Thank you.
I mean, the success that you have, been able to do together with your wife is very inspiring for entrepreneurs like me, and we hope that we get to follow in your example. And hopefully, yung mga nanonood today get inspired and motivated as well to start their own entrepreneurial journey. So make sure to check out Mama Luz, lalong-lalo na dito sa Promenade para may customer din kami dito sa Green Hills. Punta kayo dito sa Promenade. Are there other food concepts that you wanna shout
Mama
out?
Luz, we have Mama Luz. We also have so under Mama Luz we have Tia Bells. It's a Filipino restaurant. Pancit Malabon Pichi Pichi and
Gusto ko yun. Nasaan yan?
It's in Calax, Santa Rosa exit.
Oh, okay.
It's been there for 13 years. We have Nonas. Nonas naman is, we're opening Nonas in Alabang West in a few weeks' time. But that's currently located in Novali, Soledad Novali. It's also an Italian restaurant.
Okay.
Pero one branch pa lang. And ano pa ba?
Ang dami no, nahihirapan siya
We have
tandaan na.
I think we have a Chinese restaurant. So
Oh, cool.
it's a franchise from Hong Kong called Ding Dim 1968.
Oh.
So we serve the Hong Kong's famous Giant Xiaolong Bao. Giant Xiaolong Bao, pork buns,
Nagutom ulit ako.
kakao, harga. Ano siya? It's
Saan yan? Saan yan?
sa south pa lang Evia tsaka Vermont.
Tayo ka dito sa Green Hills. Ang daming bakante dyan sa promenade.
Dapat dito. So yeah, hopefully we'll
Ito
open
mo,
here.
paglakad-lakad ka dyan pagkatapos ito, tayo mo na restaurant lahat. Para
Kasi
masaya,
nawala yung tuwan-tuwan
para masaya na kami dito. Okay, with that said,
Yung shoutout kay Green Hills, sige baka magtayo kami dito.
Oo, punuin mo lahat para mabuhay itong promenade. Brother, maraming
Brother,
salamat. Appreciate it.
Thank you.